No face cam today. We are just doing a simple narration while I paint over my current artwork. I have painting this very stoic but serious king sitting on a throne. Yeah, just something I saw was pretty cool. So, in no time this is gonna be anywhere done. So I'm just enjoying the process. But today, guys, I've been doing a lot of deep diving in a lot of the psychology of being an artist, and one of the biggest challenges I faced in my artistic journey is something that's not exactly external or a mechanical problem or a learning problem. A lot of it's just really been me. And what I mean by that is, before I even put pen to paper, I always find myself tangled in self-doubt of what people think about my art. Will it be any good? How many likes I would get? How many views? Etc. 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 Do people even want to see it? You know, I want to be like a lot of the artists that I inspired myself to be like, and one day hopefully even make some money off of this art one of these days. But I think we put too much weight on that. And if any of this sounds familiar, stay tuned as we just talk more into this segment. So let's get right into it. Recently, I've been reading a book called Art and Fear by David Bales and Ted Orland. It is a deep dive into the mind of an artist, breaking down the negativity we often feed ourselves when we create. To someone who doesn't really create art, whether it be painting, drawing, dancing, making music, or any kind of creation, it may not seem like it takes a lot out of you to create, but it's a lot of physical and mental strain on you. You have to be in the right state to create art. It's not exactly an easy go around to create art. It takes a while. It takes a lot of work, you know? And if you're a bad place of mind, or if you're, not really centered where you want to be mentally, it may not turn out the way you want to, and you might beat yourself up for it. For most artists, we really do crave connection. We really do crave showing our art to other people. And once you fall into that trap of that it has to be better than anything you've ever made before, or better than any of your other peers, you get into the realm of perfectionism, and it's not good. For you guys don't know, perfectionism is this idea that everything that we create needs to be flawless, right? Everything has to be perfect. There's no flaws. It's A+ across the board. It has to be the next Picasso or Rembrandt or whatever. And it's really hard to justify wanting to create good art versus wanting to create perfect art, because I'm pretty sure most artists want to create great art, but nobody wants to create bad art. Let's be honest here. Nobody wants to make a bad song. Nobody wants to make a bad dance. Everybody wants to make something that people will like by the end of the day. And therein lies the pitfall, is that when you fall into this perfectionism, it really is a bad trap that you can get into, that you can start doubting yourself every step of the way. Like, guys, I had to look this up and research this, but probably at least, I'm not even joking here, at least 100,000 to 200,000 pieces of art are being uploaded every single day to Instagram, DeviantArt, Blue Sky, and X, formerly known as Twitter. Like, that's 100 to 2,000. That's a lot of artwork uploaded every single day. And you're thinking that your artwork uploaded is just going to be better than all those. Now, depending on where you are, yeah, but also it shouldn't matter. You shouldn't have to compare yourself every step of the way, because it's a fine way of setting yourself up for failure. That every art piece is going to be better than the last and better than everybody else's. That's like probably less than 1% chance. Sorry, I had a little burp there. You have to understand that no matter how polished a piece looks, there will always be something to improve. Maybe a line weight there, contrast here, different shading on this side or whatever like that. And that's the beauty of art, is that art is human, and humans are imperfect. So the things that we create are imperfect. Unless you're a robot, you're not going to create every copy the same, you know? And that's the beauty of it, that you can look at different artists, and even if they create the same thing, like I've seen some of the different artists draw pictures of fruit, or draw pictures of mountains, or draw pictures of video game and anime characters, and they're all different. And I think that's the beauty of art, is that it can be so different yet be so unique, right? There isn't just one thing that's A plus, right? It's so abstract. I'm not even saying it has to be splotches on the canvas, but it can be so different from one another, but be beautiful in its own way. Every brushstroke that you make, every mistake is a step towards growth. And they're not failures that your flaws or your mess ups. Even if you do mess up, that's just something to carry with you into your next piece and your next learning lesson and the next thing you want to create. That if you want to make something better, then yeah, carry it with you. Don't forget about it. If you're bad at making hands, try to work more on making hands. If you're bad at, high contrast, try to focus on more high contrast. Creating an art piece is better than trying to strive for creating this one perfect art piece, because you can waste your entire life trying to make a perfect art piece that will never happen. It's better to be done to be perfect. You can create great art without hating all of your art along the way. No one gets it right the first time. LeBron James took years and years to become perfect. Same thing with Michael Jordan. Same thing with Pablo Picasso, Leonardo da Vinci, etc., etc. I know we're not like the artists of the 18th century who would spend their entire lives on a handful of canvases that would set them for life because of a rich, wealthy person. But being us normal people, it's fine to just take time in your art. It doesn't have to be pushed out immediately. You can actually enjoy the process. And yeah, that's like what I really love, is that art it can be that. And as long as you don't fall into the fear of, comparing yourself against other people, thinking your art is not good because it's not like this person, it's not like that person. Your art can be whatever it wants to be, flaws and all. So yeah, guys, that's what I wanted to talk about. I really want to talk about a lot of stuff, psychology wise, when it comes into being an artist, that it seems like people just struggle with this so much, and I just love talking about this. So yeah, guys, if you're a creator or anything like that, yeah, definitely tell me what you're working on in the comments. If you're working on some clothes, if you're working on an art piece, if you're working on some music, anything. I'll be happy to, look in the comments, whatever like that. And yeah, guys, this is Devon, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope this inspires me. I hope this inspires you to take the next step in your creative journey. If you found this helpful, please like the video, share it with your friends, and take care, guys, and happy creating. And I am out of here. Peace.